What is natural law? To me, it's pretty simple. Every choice does something. Every action sets something in motion. Natural law, it doesn't care what title you have. It doesn't care what uniform you put on. It doesn't care what government says is legal. And it doesn't care what the crowd says is normal. It responds to action, to cause and effect, to what you actually choose. And that's why I don't put man-made law above natural law. Man-made law, it can be twisted. Natural law, it can't. A government can legalize harm. A court can excuse behavior. A uniform can make violence look honorable. A paycheck can make obedience look necessary. But none of that erased the consequence. You still did the thing, you still made the choice, and that choice still has weight. And this is where people get tripped up. They think if the order came from above, the moral weight goes upward as well. And that gets them off the hook. And yeah, I do think people giving the orders carry karma too. Presidents do, prime ministers do, generals do, dictators do. But the person doing the act carries it in a more direct way because they became the hand. They became the one that actually carried it out. You can pass down orders, you can spread out responsibility, but you can't pass off consequence. That part, it sticks. So when a soldier goes to a foreign country and kills because he was told to do so and paid to, I don't think that just disappears. Maybe the system rewards him, maybe the media explains it away, maybe the state calls it service, maybe people call it duty. But deep down, he still became the one who took a life. And for a lot of men, that comes back as trauma, nightmares, rage, numbness, addiction, PTSD, or some kind of inner collapse they can't even put into words. And I'm not saying that the people at the top get a free pass. I think their consequences build slower, but it still builds. And that's one of the ways power hides. It creates distance between the order and the blood, between the policy and the pain, between the one who decided and the one who has to do it. So the karma at the top can look delayed, but delayed doesn't mean gone. It shows up in corruption, fear, paranoia, and spiritual rot in collapse. Delayed consequence is still consequence. And honestly, that's why the same game gets played over and over again. It works on people who are scared. First, the problem gets created. Then, the reaction gets managed. Then the solution gets rolled out by the same people who helped create the mess. And somehow, the solution always asks for the same thing. More obedience, more control, more dependence, more surrender of your inner authority. That only works when people override their gut, that little voice that tells them something's off here. Because to me, natural law also speaks through conscience, through intuition, through that quiet inner knowing that says, this feels wrong, this feels forced, this feels manipulative, or this is true, this is clean, this is aligned. And you feel it when you betray that knowing, and you feel it when you actually follow it. And this isn't just about war or politics. This shows up in everyday life. If you lie, trust starts breaking down. If you cheat, instability follows. If you manipulate people, you damage yourself too. If you build your life on greed, you might gain fast, but you lose something deeper. But the positive side is real too. If you tell the truth, you get stronger inside. If you keep your word, trust grows. If you build something useful, life tends to support that. If you protect children, grow food, serve people, create beauty, honor your family, and live with integrity, you build a very different life around yourself. So for me, the natural law, it's always working. It's not something you turn off. The real question is simple. What are you planting with your choices?